Hello, EKN Nation. Welcome to a new edition of the EKN OutLap, episode number 105, March the 17th. My name's Rob Haddon. We'll be joined by David Cole as he is heading out this weekend to Tucson, Arizona, Musselman Honda Circuit for the kickoff of the Rotax RMC America's Trophy, brand new program coming out of the Race Rotax series. So we'll dive into that. Today's OutLap show, obviously starting our EKN Trackside coverage throughout the entire weekend, back-to-back weekends out at Musselman Honda Circuit with Superkarts USA kicking off their Pro Tour the following weekend. Today's show presented by Rawlson Performance Group. At the Rawlson Performance Group, we strive for ultimate success. We're more than just an arrive and drive race team with countless wins on the national and regional level. Our focus is on complete driver development, and that's where the success is fueled. We combine one-on-one coaching, on-track instruction, and intensive data debriefing with unparalleled kart and engine prep. Our program will help you raise your game. We'll take you to the next level. If that's your goal, RPG needs to be your next move. Experience the Rawlson difference. All right, David Cole, let's bring you in here. Let's talk about this event, March 20th to the 22nd. It is Tuesday now. You'll roll out there on Thursday. Racing gets underway officially on Friday.
Yeah, official sessions begin on Friday with 6 rounds of practice, 4 7-minute sessions and 2 12-minute sessions. So that'll be the start. Then we'll get into round 1 and round 2 action on Saturday and Sunday at the Musselman Honda Circuit. Again, a place we've been numerous times. I think 2011 was the first year we got to go. You were there before, actually.
I don't even remember. I have to figure
that.
out.
Well, Stars of Karting was back in the day. 2005, I believe, was the first year.
100%. Yeah, you're right. We were there for Stars in the old ICA days. Yeah, 100%. ICA and ICC. I'll have to go back and look at the notes from that one for sure. But yeah, Musselman Honda Circuit, a track I love in terms of layout. I just think it just races so well. Super excited for this weekend and the following weekend as well. Dave, let's talk about the fact that it's the first couple of rounds for a brand new 4-round championship program.
Yeah, it's a new program. Again, this is going to be the inaugural event. Race Rotax and Karting Solutions Group has put together kind of this 2-event program that is going to be here at the Musselman Honda Circuit for this weekend, and then also at the Motorsports Country Club of Cincinnati in Batavia, Ohio. And that'll be in the opening weekend of June, just prior to the Superkarts USA Pro Tour Spring Nationals that'll be held there that month. So, yeah, new program. It's kind of a mix, Rob, because we have different engine platforms, as you will. Yeah. We do have the standard Rotax Max Challenge engine platform that is there, but also Karting Solutions Group is bringing on the FZ shifter program as well, including the FZ85 for junior shifters and FZ125 for senior shifters. So we have 2 rounds of racing essentially scheduled for Rotax categories, and then only 1 round total on the weekend for the FZ categories racing this weekend.
Yeah, it just brings me right back to the late 90s when I started Shifter Kart Illustrated, and Superkarts USA was just getting going with the Great Lakes Series and, of course, the Pro Moto Tour when there was an actual 80cc junior class. A lot of great drivers came through that 80cc junior category, so it'd be cool to watch the FC85. David, the interesting thing about this weekend, I was at the Grand Prix of Arlington this past weekend and was there Saturday, left Sunday morning before all the wind came in. And I was at the airport and I just, fired up my phone. I'm like, what's the weather going to be like for David and everybody out there at Tucson this weekend? Is it going to be good? The one word, hot. My God, I couldn't believe that I saw triple digits when I opened up my phone. No.
It's not one word. It's 3 words. Extreme heat warning. That is what Weather Channel says. From essentially Thursday until Sunday, the Tucson region is under an extreme heat warning. High temperatures for Friday and Saturday are expected to be 103 degrees, with Sunday as a high temperature of 100 degrees. So that's triple digits. All 3
We had
days.
106. We had 106 Texas Pro Kart Challenge Amarillo. That was hot. 103 is easy.
Yeah, so we'll see if we can try and beat that. We'll see.
Wow.
Thankfully, we'll put the computer inside and keep it air conditioned so it keeps running. But yeah, definitely we'll see what the weather actually does say. It could feel like 106. We'll see. I don't know. We'll have to wait.
And let's throw this out there, Dave, for anybody that's going to this event. Obviously, it's going to be tough to get through the weekend. It's always very warm. Do your best to keep cool, that kind of thing. It'll be a dry heat for sure. But hydrate now. You can't hydrate on day of, right? If you're listening to this, we're recording Tuesday. It's probably going to come out Wednesday. Start, everybody, mechanics, drivers, families, start hydrating now so that you get ahead of the game, right? Because you're going to be sweating like crazy trackside.
Yeah, right now they have laps to be determined. So I'm wondering if they're going to adjust that depending on the weather or just lap time wise. The schedule could be fluid. They could take a little bit of a longer break for lunch just to keep everybody cool. But again, there's no building to go into to keep cool. So the only way you're going to be able to do that is getting in your car and getting the air conditioning running, or I'm got to assume some of the bigger teams might have the bigger fans with the air conditioning units running 24/7. So yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to kind of see how that plays out. I guess Race Rotax goes from one extreme of the cold, rainy weather that turned into snow to now extreme heat warning.
Yeah, no kidding. Dave, let's talk about the racetrack itself. Again, Musselman Honda Circuit returning to the national scene with a couple of events here to end off the month of May. 0.8 of a mile racetrack, 13 turns. They're going to run it in the counterclockwise direction, which I think is a better race direction. Running in the counterclockwise. You can run it both ways for sure, but I love the counterclockwise, just passing in turn 1, 2, 4, 5 through the S's. It's just such a great racetrack. It's a replica of the Suzuka track in Japan. And Dave, there's a lot of series that have spent some time and been to Musselman Honda Circuit over the years.
Yeah, as we talked about, Stars of Karting was there in the mid 2000s. Supercars USA had their second year of the Pro Tour going there for the Spring Nationals. So they've been there a couple of times already. Challenge of the Americas, we've talked about that over the number of times. Our first ever event, we were Trackside, which played on the EKN Radio Network today, was in 2012. We went to Tucson, Arizona for the Challenge of the Americas, our first ever race with that program. And then Rotax has been here before when they had the West program that they were running a couple of years back. Tucson was one of the stops that they've been to. So a lot of different programs have been there. A lot of racers have been there, but I got to assume that some of these guys, and especially a lot of the East Coast guys, have never been here before.
Let's run us through the schedule, David. How are things planned? I know unofficial practice rolling on Thursday, but how do things go through the weekend?
Yeah, we already talked about Friday practice getting going and being the official sessions. And again, Saturday, round 1 will be warm-up, qualifying, pre-final, and final with laps to be determined. And that'll repeat for all the Rotax categories on Sunday for round 2. And again, our FZ format will be Saturday for a warm-up, qualifying, and then 2 rounds of heat races. And then Sunday, they'll get a warm-up session before they get into their pre-final and final for that round of racing.
There you have it, folks. We're underway with this edition of the EKN OutLap, starting off our EKN Trackside live coverage for this coming weekend's Race Rotax RMC America's Trophy opener in Tucson, Arizona. Again, episode 105 of the show, today brought to you by Rawlson Performance Group. When we get back, we'll look at the numbers in our, obviously, well-named By the Numbers segment. Parolin is among the winningest brands in the USA and around the world. The Parolin Le Mans full-size chassis for junior and senior classes and the Parolin Opportunity model for cadet divisions have earned success weekend after weekend at all the major championships and events in both the USA and throughout Europe. The Parolin chassis lineup also includes the Invader shifter, along with the Daytona 4-cycle chassis and the Delfino Kid Kart. Karters can head to the ParolinUSA.com website, where the entire chassis line and parts are available to you, with shipping available all across North America. Parolin USA partners with several companies and race teams across the country to provide a strong dealer network to represent the brand locally and at the national level to support drivers throughout North America. Get on the chassis that's winning. Drive a Parolin. All over the karting world, everyone knows OTK is the gold standard for quality and performance. In the United States, OTK USA is the source for all things OTK. 8 brands under the OTK USA banner are winning races and championships across the country in national programs like the Rock Cup USA Florida Winter Tour, the Challenge of the Americas, the SCUSA Pro Tour and Winter Series, the United States Pro Kart Series, and even more programs throughout the country. And OTK products are also front and center on the podium of club and regional races from coast to coast. Tony Kart, Cosmic, Esprit, EOS, and Red Speed have been joined by the Gallard, LN Racing Kart, and CS55 brands. To learn more about a specific product line or to find the OTK USA dealer near you, visit otkusa.com. Specific chassis territories are still available, so kart shops interested in adding a winning component to their product lineups can contact OTK USA directly. OTK, the gold standard of karting.
Welcome to AIM Sports and the groundbreaking Micron 6 karting data logger. Since its inception, AIM Sports has been at the forefront of motorsport technology, revolutionizing how racers gather data. From its early days, AIM has tailored its innovations to provide precise insights, allowing racers to fine-tune their strategies and push their limits. Fast forward to today, and we're excited to celebrate 30 years of Micron by introducing the latest evolution in karting data loggers, the Micron 6. Designed with cutting-edge features, including 25Hz GPS with mil-spec precision, a 6-axis inertial platform, shift lights and alarms, temperature inputs, and a host of wired and wireless expansions. With 2 CAN buses, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi, it's perfect for karting enthusiasts looking to enhance their game on the track. With its advanced suite of sensors, high-speed data acquisition, and easy-to-use interface, the Micron 6 delivers unparalleled performance on track. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this powerful tool helps you analyze every turn, every lap, even every heartbeat. Imagine a tool that not only records your lap times, but also analyzes parameters like speed, tire temperature, driver inputs, and engine performance. With the Micron 6, you'll gain insights that can shave seconds off your times and elevate your skills behind the wheel. Don't just drive, be data-driven. Join the AIM Sports community today and equip yourself with the Micron 6 to take your karting experience to the next level. Visit aimsports.com to learn more. AIM Sports, 30 years of Micron.
Welcome back to the EKN OutLap, kicking off our coverage of this coming weekend's RMC America's Trophy out in Musselman Honda Circuit in Tucson, Arizona. My name is Rob Howden, joined by David Cole. Our By the Numbers section here. David, the very first event, obviously, for this America's Trophy, based on what you've got down here on our script for today. 92 pre-entries coming into the weekend.
Yeah, that's the total we have so far. Entries are still going up until I believe it was today that they were wrapping it up, or either tomorrow. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, we got up to 92 entries. That includes the 5 Rotax categories and the 2 FC divisions.
So Micromax at 10, Minimax at 20, so 30 cadet drivers all told. High water mark of 29, so good field for the Junior Max drivers. Just one more getting to that magic 30. 19, those still in Senior Max, David. Just a couple of drivers in the Masters Max category. We just, it's been up and down around the country for Masters in terms of numbers. But that 29 at Junior Max, that's something you can build off of, which is great.
But again, the Rotax Max Challenge, or the RMC America's Trophy program, 4 tickets for the championship are up for grabs to the 2026 Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals in Portugal. That includes Mini Max, Junior Max, and Senior Max, 2 tickets in that category. So no surprise, those are the 3 largest classes, because we do have that Rotax Grand Finals tickets up for grabs in the championship chase. No ticket available in Masters Max. So, we talked about this with the Winter Trophy, got some good numbers there. And even looking back at last year at the U.S. Trophy Final, there wasn't a ticket available for Masters, and they saw the numbers decline. So certainly that shows if there's a ticket, the masters will come. If there's no ticket, they're not going to show up. So
Yeah,
I think that
sense.
kind of what makes that. But there is for those categories, not with the Grand Finals tickets, both micro masters and the two FZ categories, champions in the America's Trophy program will get a free paid entry to the trophy final. That'll be at Newcastle in August. So there is somewhat of a ticket, not quite the ticket.
Yeah, like it. FC 125 senior, we've got 7 entries in that category, and the FC 85, 8 entries to start things off at the America's Trophy. So we all have a dozen shifters in that FZ spec program when you get out there to Tucson this coming weekend. So good stuff there. 92 entries pre-entered coming into the weekend. You never know how many walk-ups you're going to get, whether or not they'll have a chance to potentially push on to 100, get over that 100 mark. But otherwise, 92 entries over 7 categories. Off to another break. We come back, we'll start diving into class-by-class previews. We'll do Senior Max and Junior Max up next. Fast, fair, and fun. Ignite Karting offers you all of that at an affordable price. Ignite Karting utilizes the spec Margay Ignite K3 chassis with a Briggs & Stratton 206 engine and the Hoosier R80 tire. Everyone in the rookie, junior, senior, heavy, and masters classes compete on the same Ignite K3 chassis, which puts all the emphasis squarely on driver development. Additionally, Ignite Karting is accessible at the local, regional, and national level. Special events for the season include the Ignite Majors that begin with the annual trip to the Daytona International Speedway as part of the WKA Daytona Kart Week, running in both the sprint and road racing events. Those in the Midwest can enjoy the regionally based Ignite Challenge, featuring 5 iconic facilities. Local club programs have also been established in states all across the country, Idaho to Texas, Nebraska to New York, with more tracks and clubs joining the Ignite Karting program. Be part of fast, fun, and great memories with Margay Racing at an Ignite track near you. All information on Ignite events and Ignite kart packages, including dealers in your area, are available at ignitekarting.com. Get off the couch and onto the track this year. Ignite Karting. Fuel your passion. History, success, family. Those are the 3 words that can describe Comet Kart Sales, one of the longest tenured karting businesses in the United States. The family-owned operation located just outside of Indianapolis has provided karts, parts, and services for thousands of racers in the near 6 decades of business. Their online store features everything you need, continually adding new parts to their product line. From full karting packages, new engines, spare or replacement parts, and safety gear, find it all at CometKartSales.com. Their Comet Racing Engine service has won multiple major events and championships over decades of karting and continues to offer the best trackside service in the industry, specializing in IAME X30, IAME Swift, and other 2-cycle power plants. Make sure to head to CometKartSales.com or call them at 317-462-3413 to be part of the Comet Kart Sales family today.
Do you want to become a professional race car driver? Are you ready to take your first steps into car racing? If so, Allenberg Racing School is the ideal place for you to make that happen. And as a bonus, our school is located at everyone's bucket list track, WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. From your first steps in the Formula car, all the way to racing in the USF Pro Championships and the USF Junior Series, it's all part of our program at Allenberg Racing Schools and our competition operation, Berg Racing. At Allenberg Racing Schools, you'll learn from a former Formula One driver and will be driving a full-on carbon fiber tub Caddis race car with aerodynamic wings and racing slicks. Not an old technology tube frame car. You'll get more track time per day than at any other school. And our 3-day and advanced programs will have you prepared to race competitively with our Bird Racing program, which participates in both the Ligier JFC Championship and the USF Junior Championship. To learn more, check us out online at allenbergracingschools.com. Be a racer.
Welcome back to the EKN OutLap, our preview podcast of this coming weekend's opening round of the RMC America's Trophy out in Tucson at the Musselman Honda Circuit. David Cole, let's jump into this right now with the Senior Max category. We mentioned and by the numbers, 19 total pre-entries coming into the weekend, and there's some big names in this one as well. It's not quite 20 drivers, but Don, there's a lot of great drivers in this program right now.
No, this category is stacked without a doubt. There's many drivers that have been part of Team USA, Team Canada. Not quite sure on the other country that is represented. What's CHL? Can't remember what country that is. But anyway, yeah, you'll do that for me. But yeah, there's a number of drivers that have been part of the Rotax Grand Finals or have done really well in Rotax competition. There's actually 4 drivers in this field that were in the top 10 at the RMC Winter Trophy program that just completed at Speed Sports last month. That includes Oliver Hodgson, a 4-time U.S. Trophy Final winner. Aiden Ingrata, a Canadian driver who's been to the Rotax Grand Finals multiple times. William Bothiller from Canada, and along with
Botillier.
Sorry, I don't know.
I think so.
It could be. I don't do French names really well.
Sounds better than what you did.
Yeah, it does sound better than what I did. Most of the time, it does sound better than what I say, Rob.
And by the way, CHL is Chile.
Chile. See, that's how you say it. Chile.
You did, yeah. All right, keep going. You got Hodgson, you got Ingrata, you got Botillier. Keep going. More drivers.
And Malkit, the senior rookie. Making the jump up. He was actually a winner at the U.S. Trophy Final in the junior category last year. So just those names alone are pretty top. You look at Paulie Massimino. He was runner-up at the Trophy Final last year, so he got to go to the Rotax Grand Finals for the first time last year. So he's looking for a return ticket along with his Brandon Jart's Crack Racing teammate, James Overback, making his Rotax debut in this division. So he's kind of a guy probably learning this racetrack. Maybe he'll be up there, never driven a Rotax, but at least he's learning the racetrack possibly for next weekend's Supercar USA Pro Tour Winter Nationals. But another driver, Griffin Dollar, lots of Rotax experience in the Senior Max division. So just stacked field for sure.
Been to Tucson before, Griffin Dollar as well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. He might have been at that 2012 event that we were talking about with Challenge of the Americas. Right. So, because again, Challenge of the Americas was Rotax program early in its days. And that's what it was back there in 2012. And I believe all the way up until about 2018 was a Rotax program. So, the Dollar has a lot of racing laps at Tucson.
It is Tuesday, March the 17th. And let's give a happy birthday to Paulie Massimino, which is today.
That's right. I was going to say that. You're correct. Yeah.
Okay. It's his birthday. Other drivers include Cooper Auclair on the factory car team, Gianluca Savaglia, part of a number of Canadian drivers coming in for the weekend. The FAF Kart Sport team will be there as well with Theo Salvaria and Joshua Sumvalas. We'll have to work on those names for sure. New guys for us. But yeah, it's a good field right now. A lot of top talent.
Yeah, almost half of the drivers are from Canada, so that's a good mix. And that's what we talked about when they created this program. We were going to see a lot of Canadians, and we knew that was going to happen because, again, the Rotax program is still viable up there and has been ever since it started. It's never really had a downward like we saw here in the U.S. For a short period of time. And Race Rotax and now Karting Solutions Group are trying to bring that back. And certainly this program is helping to build that. And you're seeing the names in the U.S. Contingent here in this field for sure.
David, let's jump into the Junior Max category. Like we said, the biggest class on the weekend at 29. A lot of Canadians part of the program, 10 Canadians in the series, but a lot of big names, a lot of names that we've seen run significantly on the national level.
Yeah, for sure. And we can start with the drivers we saw at the RMC Winter Trophy program. Alex Chandler, he was a round 4 winner in the Junior Max category. William Vitor, a former Team USA driver. I'm going to say it wrong because it's French, right? Antoine Bazinet.
Yeah.
Bazinet.
Yeah. Bazinet, probably. Yeah.
Bazinet. Antoine, right? Yeah. Antoine.
Bazinet. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
See, I'm practicing. practicing.
It could be Bazinet. It could be Bazinet. You never know.
Could be. I think it is, but yeah, it's hard to remember.
You'll find out.
We'll find out. Yeah. So they were all in the top 10 at the RMC Winter Trophy. So that's kind of the gauge of drivers. Okay, who's already been racing road tax so far this year? You look at the some other names that were there. Enzo Di Janeiro, he's a junior driver or mini driver that's moved up to junior this year. He was part of Team USA last year, so that's kind of a name to look out. But three kind of names stand out to me only because of the level that they've been competing at over the last couple of years. You got the Speed Concepts Racing Trio. You got Ashton Woon, the Canadian Asher Pavan, and then Nathan Golseth from Texas, who's coming off a victory at Speed Sports in both SCUSA Winter Series program and last weekend at the Texas Sprint Racing Series program. So those are just some of the names. I'm sure you got a few in your back pocket that you want to talk about.
Yeah, well, listen, one of the top junior drivers in the country right now, 100% is Travis Pettit, right? With Rawlson Performance Group, you'll have Paxton Romero under the tent as well at RPG. We've got Nico Orbezo, driver of the month. So super fast there as well. Marco Samet, we've been watching him with Brandon Jarsakrak nationally. He's going to go run overseas as well this year in the Academy, CIK Academy program. So man, just keep going. Isaac Payne, Brandon NG, man, tons of drivers lined up for this one.
Well, speaking of international, Colton Schniegenberg, a winner in OKN junior competition in Europe this winter already. He's coming back to the U.S. He's going to be racing in the Junior Max category. I believe he did one Winter Series race before going over to Europe. So he's kind of had that Europe focused schedule thus far in only the first 3 months of the year. So he's coming back and he's going to be part of this field. So again, the Rotax Grand Finals ticket out in the line. Oh, you're going to see a lot of big names coming in to try and get that over 2 event weekends. So not a lot of time committed to be part and compete and trying to represent your country at what we call the Olympics of karting. Another name, Tristan Murphy, John McClellan, another driver who had some international travel as well too. So the names just keep going on.
Well, I was actually just going to say, like, 29 drivers in the field. We've mentioned 16 so far, right? So yeah, it's a solid field for sure. Hudson Erlin as well. We've watched Hudson be kind of up in the front, doing a lot of national racing. Man, I'm telling you, there's a lot happening here right now in terms of drivers. Almost 30 in total, 29 pre-entries. This is a stacked field. These guys try to go after Rotax tickets. I love it.
Yeah, only 2 drivers that are actually going to do the double dip with the FC category as well. Brandon NG, driver that's making the move up from cadets to the junior ranks, along with Wyatt Kroger, another driver under the Factory Carts tent. I believe he's from Arizona, so kind of a more local driver there looking to do the double dip and getting acclimated to this level of racing.
And I think if I'm not mistaken, when they did the Factory Carts deal at the Supernats, where they had the FZ carts out of the Supernats for the kids, we say Brandon NG, but I think that's you and I doing that take over from old days with Sebastian NG, because he wanted us to say NG. I think it's just Ing.
You're right, Ing. Yes, correct. Yes.
Right, it's just Ing. We keep saying NG because that's what Sebastian and his dad wanted back when we
it's you get something used in your head, like the way it's just there mispronunciate everybody's name. So yeah.
So there you go. Sorry, Brandon, we'll get you dialed in. So there you have it. 19 drivers in Senior Max, 29 in Junior Max. Off to another break. When we come back, it'll obviously be a quick look at Masters Max, 20 in Mini. And we'll cap it off the Rotax side of it with Micromax, 10 drivers there. When we get back after this break, we'll cap off the Rotax segment of our preview. Motor mounts. They keep your engine attached to your chassis, right? The answer is they're much more important than that. Your motor mount is critical in transferring 100% of the power from your engine through to your tires and the racetrack. You need this to get on the podium each and every time you race. Odenthal Racing Products is here for you, providing the best motor mounts on the karting market today, all designed to make sure you're using all the horsepower you pay for. Odenthal Racing Products is a family-owned and operated business with decades of karting experience in providing products with unmatched quality and value for our racing community. The Pro Series mount for 2-cycle engines, which is available in 0, 5, and 8-degree inclinations, provides a rigid structure to help keep vibration to a minimum without adding too much weight to your setup. The 4-cycle Easy Set system is one of the most popular mounts for the Briggs & Stratton 206 power plant. Multiple mounting holes provide the most adjustability depending on your chassis and seat placement. To ensure a tight fit to your chassis, our ORP wedge clamps get the job done, and they feature a number of design updates to provide a lower profile and lighter weight. The clamps are available from 28mm to 32mm in both standard and Euro style sizes. And now, Odenthal has also revolutionized the karting industry with its new Easy GP camera mounting system. Designed to mount anywhere on your chassis with 1 or 2 cameras, the ORP Easy GP camera mount is your solution to capture that onboard winning moment. Head to odenthalracing.com and find a dealer near you. Odenthal Racing Products, proudly made in the USA. Made in the USA. It's not just a statement, it's the mission at Factory Karts of America. Led by 5-time Super National champion Billy Musgrave, Factory Karts manufactures their frames completely in-house at the Phoenix, Arizona facility. Built and designed from the ground up specifically for the American karting market, Factory Karts brings new innovations and solutions that are long overdue. Factory Karts bring together the highest quality materials to produce high-performance, long-lasting karts that have been designed and perfected from years of development. No other karting manufacturer stands behind its product as Factory Karts does, providing a 2-year warranty on all their frames. Join the Factory Karts official race team this season, hitting the SuperKarts USA Pro Tour and Pro Kart Challenge, along with the new Southwest Super Series program. Full trackside support for Factory Kart competitors is available, along with Arrive and Drive programs and tent space housed under our new race team hauler that debuted at Super Nationals 27. Remember when American made meant more innovative, original, stronger, faster, and just plain better? Well, American Made is back. Contact Factory Karts today to join the American Made movement. Learn more by visiting factorykarts.com or email info@factorykarts.com.
The karting championship that's taken Europe by storm and helped launch today's top open-wheel stars is now in the United States. Introducing Champions of the Future America. Champions of the Future America is a 9-round series that welcomes drivers across multiple classes, including Mini, KA100, and X30. Champions of the Future America tours 2 of the Southwest's premier karting facilities, K1 Circuit in Southern California and Spring Mountain Karting Complex in Nevada. Drivers will compete across 8 unique track layouts in pursuit of a prize pool valued at over $130,000. The ultimate reward? Our X30 Pro champion will win an all-expenses-paid trip to France for a 3-day Formula 4 training camp at the legendary Winfield Racing School at Circuit Paul Ricard. Learn more about Champions of the Future America. Register now at championskartingamerica.com. That's championskartingamerica.com.
Back at it, episode 105 of the EKN OutLap, kicking off our coverage of this coming weekend's RMC Race Rotax America's Trophy at Musselman Honda Circuit in Tucson, Arizona. Rob Howden here alongside David Cole. David, let's just do a quick look at the 2 drivers that are lined up in the Masters Max category. I would expect they'll just tag them on likely with the senior drivers.
Yeah, Billy Cleveland and Ken. I don't know why I'm saying names, Rob. There you go. You should have said that.
Yeah. Well, you were
right now the schedule shows them as separate. I got to assume maybe they'll throw them in with the senior guys, put them at the back of the field for that. Again, we're not loaded with, it's a big racetrack, only 19 drivers in senior max. So possibly, and again, that will help give more breaks if they do end up adjusting the schedule there with the weather, the amount of heat that's going to be there, and the lack of entries in that category. Again, just a tough deal. Again, when there's no ticket, you don't get the international drivers coming over or even Canadian drivers coming down to compete in this.
Yep. Let's go into the next category then, which would be the mini max category. 20 total. 4 different countries lined up, David, and some big name drivers as well.
There are, for sure. I mean, you got 4 different countries represented, 9 Canadians in the field. So that tells you the type of international field that we do have here. Looking at drivers who are at the Winter Trophy, the RMC Winter Trophy program, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the top 10 that were at that program racing in this event this year. You got Joseph Addy, you got Mason Brody, you got Dutch Westbrook coming off a win at the Texas Sprint Racing Series this past weekend. Hudson Howard, a driver who has been making his move up this year in the mini category, and then Mateo Pai, the Canadian, were all top 10 at the RMC Winter Trophy this past winter. You got Samuel Chaveri, the Costa Rican driver who was part of the Rotax Grand Finals last year as the 2025 RMC Trophy final winner here at Newcastle Motorsports Park. So those are some of the starting names to look at when you look at this field of 20 drivers.
Yeah, and again, the last couple of races we've seen, you never know. We saw Forrest Blair look pretty impressive at the Challenge of the Americas event at K1. He was fast, as was Lucas Tarango. So, drivers that at least we know have been able to call races and cover them running up front. Liam Francisco, 100% one of the top mini drivers in the country right now. Connor Lipka as well has been running Rotax for a number of years. So if there's some experience with the package, you can lean to Connor Lipka for him, Dave.
Yeah, Lipka, Arizona driver, and Tarango, Arizona driver. Tarango actually was the Micro Max winner at the RMC West USA event at Phoenix last year that we covered. So Tarango making the move up from Micro to Mini this year, but definitely going to be one of those to factor in.
Chase Rittering, we've watched him run in the challenge as well. Did you mention Mason Brody already?
I did, yeah. He was one of the top competitors at both the RMC Winter Trophy and Supercars USA Winter Series. So Brody definitely finding a new home with Ryan Perry Motorsport and the Nitro Kart. I believe I think he's working with Frankie Mossman, if not all of the other different driver coaches they have under the Nitro Kart tent, with Adam Levy. Who's the other one? Oh, Brandon Carr. I was
laughing at. I'm looking here because I was literally, as I said, I was at the GP of Arlington there for our USF Pro 2000, and of course Frankie Mossman was there. Well, there's a bunch of karters there. Mason Brody was hanging out with Mossman. You had, of course, Hudson Howard there with his dad's race team, and then Royce Vega was there as well. So
I did see photos.
Yeah,
I did see photos of Royce Vega there wearing the RPG shirt and. That makes sense. Mossman, I think, has been working with Brody for all the winter program.
Yeah, we were ready to do some kind of an interview. I think I had Mossman for the preview show or something. He's like, "Well, can I have Mason on with me?" And I said, "No, listen, Mason will have his time. This is your time in the spotlight right now." So, indeed, so it's going to be a really good race there in the mini max category. 20 drivers. Again, we just mentioned a bunch of them right now because mini max is going to be a really, really strong field. Top 10. If you're finishing top 10 in mini at this weekend, you've done something pretty well. It's going to be a good field. David, 10 drivers in the Micro Max category. Obviously, probably would have liked a little bit more, but you and I talk a lot about the ebbs and flows of guys that move up through the field. But 10 entries, and it's an international field again, essentially North American, right?
Yeah, 10 drivers, as you said. I thought I counted the total. I didn't. 2 Canadians, 1 driver from Mexico. So that's kind of the mix there. In the rest are from the USA. So 3 drivers that were part of the RMC Winter Trophy program. That was Trey Sanders, Zachary Lozier, right? Maybe
Logier.
There you go. See,
Logier probably.
And Max Santana. They finished top 10 at the RMC Winter Trophy program. So those are some of the names to look at. Oh, I did right there. 3 international drivers, Canada and Mexico.
And Dave, and those three you mentioned, Logier, Sanders, and Santana. There's your 3 North American guys right there. Canada, USA, Mexico. So fantastic.
Sanders is US. Sanders is US. Tristan Francisco is actually Canada. So there we go.
You said Zachary Logier. You said Logier, Sanders, and Santana, the drivers you mentioned. Canada, USA, Mexico.
Oh, Yes, those are the three
There you
different
go.
countries represented, correct.
Yes.
And then you
Well,
add in,
ultimately-
sorry, I thought you were saying the three international drivers in the field. Sorry.
No, I'm saying that was that's the trifecta right there.
I'm going to
Right?
blame it on the connection because you're delayed by like a second, so it's
again
catching me off
right.
guard a little bit here and there. So
Copy that. Keep going through Tristan Van Francisco. You mentioned Tristan already as well. So good field of drivers.
yeah, he is the other Canadian driver in the field. He was among those up front, both SCUSA Winter Series. I'm not sure he competed at the Rotax program, but definitely was there at the SCUSA Winter Series. So, a mix of different drivers in this field. Dusty Strayer, he's a driver that was doing very well at the winter programs at Speed Sports. So, Texas driver going to make his way over to Arizona and try and continue that success that he's had thus far into the season already. Bo Wyatt, I believe, is another driver to kind of watch for in this category as well. So, probably 5, 6, 7 different heavy hitters. Kipling Knaus, the son of Chad Knaus from NASCAR, NASCAR. What's the word I'm looking for?
The Cup Series.
Yes, but I was going to
Cup
say
Series.
Hall of Fame. Isn't he a Hall of Famer? I believe,
Oh.
correct?
I don't know. Is he already? He's still working. I'm surprised they already get him in there.
No, or maybe I don't know.
know.
I thought he was. I
don't
thought
know
he
that.
got in with Jimmy Johnson at the same time. Maybe I was wrong.
He's a badass, that's for sure.
Anyway,
He's
yeah,
a
it's the from the NASCAR world. He's making the move up. I think he was racing all of Kid Kart last year, so
Nice.
this is kind of the move up for him. And I believe this is probably their first Rotax race.
Well, it'll be good to see Kipling get at it. Good stuff. All right, folks, 10 drivers. We said America, Canada, and Mexico all represented in the micro category. One more break. When we get back, we'll have a look at the drivers in FC 125 Senior and FC 85 Junior. We'll cap it all off after this break. There's a new hot button name in American safety equipment, Stilo USA. Every product with Stilo is focused on safety, comfort, and function. Stilo USA is happy to provide you with the proper safety apparel to keep you protected on the track, and their karting lineup is second to none. New to the product lineup is the Stilo Carbon CMR karting helmet. Designed to revolutionize your karting experience, this carbon fiber crafted helmet is among the lightest on the market, without compromising on safety. The Stilo ST5 KRT karting helmet is manufactured using a lightweight and extremely strong composite material. The KRT provides an excellent fit and comfort level due to its dual density interior foam lining, and it's equipped with a symmetrical visor that offers excellent vision and an effortless central visor locking system. The Stilo ST5 CMR standard was developed jointly by the FIA Institute and Snell Memorial Foundation to ensure safer and lighter weight helmets for younger karters. Drivers rave about the superior comfort levels, lightweight construction, and the unparalleled field of vision that is perfect for the youth helmet line. Stilo didn't stop with their helmets either. The newly developed Carbon Curva rib protector is unlike any other on the market, with a form-fitting solution to offer superior protection. The Carbon Curva 8870 version is FIA homologated and includes a chest protector. Head to StiloHelmets.com to review these products and many more to keep you safe on the track. Stilo. Any competition, one helmet. Left without a mechanic or a crew to help you at the kart track or in the garage? Kart Lift Kart Stands is your solution. The company, founded in 2003, is now owned and operated by Ted Fashing out of Cokato, Minnesota, and Ted has decades of knowledge and experience with fabrication. Kartlift takes pride in both our quality and our personal customer service that we provide on the phone or at the track. Kartlift kart stands can be found at racetracks all over the country. If you race alone, or if you're a parent with a cadet or junior driver, let our one-man winch lift make your race days easier. Position the hooks under the rear bumper, push the button, and your cart is raised into position and you're ready to go. We also have Kartlift stackers for storing 2 carts at once, traditional kart stands, single and double upright storage stands, tire changers, and skid plate kits. Race teams and shops can contact us about our state-of-the-art chassis straightening table. If you have an idea for a custom stand, Kartlift can build it for you. All products from Kartlift are made in the USA. Cart lift cart stands are available at many kart shops around the country, or you can order online at kartlift.com. For more information, give us a call at 877-777-8020. That's 877-777-8020. Get a cart lift today. CRG is one of the most iconic brands in the world of karting with a never-ending focus on winning. Kart CRG USA is the North American distributor for all CRG products. Based outside of Houston, Texas, Kart CRG USA supports CRG dealers across the continent, reaching every corner of North America. The CRG KT5 has been designed specifically for the US market. The KT5 is the perfect fit for X30, KA100, and other tag platforms, featuring the new Aero package and VEN 11B braking system. For cadet drivers, the CRG Black Beer continues to log in victories and championships across the globe, and is utilized in both 2-cycle and 4-cycle competition here in North America. Longtime CRG drivers will be happy to know the CRG Road Rebel, the standard in quality and performance, continues its excellence for those in the shifter kart ranks. The CRG FS4 chassis is the ideal choice for racers in Briggs and Stratton competition, with numerous podium results across classes at the CKNA divisional and national events. From pure racing to karting entertainment, many tracks, both indoor and outdoor, have made the switch to the CRG Centurion rental kart line. 5 different models for both gas-powered or electric engines can fit any track's needs for a new rental kart fleet. Kart CRG USA has a full inventory of rental karts available for new and existing facilities. For more information on the CRG product line, head to kartcrgusa.com, or to inquire about a North American dealer near you, please email us at sales@kartcrg.com. Welcome back to episode number 105 of the EKN OutLap. We'll wrap things up here as we've worked our way through the show. Again, this show brought to you by Rollison Performance Group, but kicking off our coverage of this coming weekend's Race Rotax RMC America's Trophy at Tucson, Arizona, the Muscle and Honda circuit. David Cole will be trackside heading in there on Thursday, and a warm weekend for everybody involved. David, let's have a look at the FC 125 senior category. 7 drivers in the senior class ready to bang gears in that FC program. Let's have a look at those 7 drivers right now.
Yeah, probably the name that stands out, Gage Korn. He was a FIA Academy Trophy driver last year for USA. He's actually had experience in the pro shifter ranks. So definitely probably the driver with the most karting experience and racing experience that I could tell out of the 7 drivers in this field. So expect him to be kind of the gauge of the field throughout the weekend. Caleb Brown was a FZ85 driver in 2025 at the Pro Kart Challenge program. So he's making the move up to the 125 level. That's pretty much all the information I have on these drivers coming into the weekend. Again, this is a new program. And again, it's regional guys or even club guys that are looking at trying to do a unique and more affordable program that is the FZ shifter platform.
I believe that we saw Zimming Wang as well for BBR Karting. The Canadian driver came down and ran, I think, a challenge race or 2 a couple of years ago. So that's a possibility as well. Let's wrap it up then with the FZ85, because there are a couple of names in there we've known and seen before.
We can look at, again, Pro Kart Challenge, the Superkarts USA Regional Series in California. They did run all 3 levels of the FC shifter platform with the 125, the 85, and the 65 for cadet. That included Dante Rodriguez, who was the PKC champion in the FC 65 class last year. So he's making the jump up to the junior ranks this year. Brandon Ng was, as again, we talked about doing double duty. He was a FC 65 driver last year as well in that Pro Kart Challenge category. So they've got some experience with this program. As we said, Wyatt Kroger is going to be doing the double duty, racing both the junior max and the junior shifter division as well. RJ Brown, a driver who raced cadet all of last year. So he's making a junior debut in this new FC 85 program as well.
Yeah, I love that. Obviously, you know the Brown family. Reggie, his dad, ran shifters for a number of years, done some supercart racing as well. But they've got their R3 Speed Fab program rolling, and at RJ, we saw him at the Cup Karts race, Cup Karts Grand Nationals. Good to see him banging gears in that FZ85. So Matty Dragon or Dragan. It says Poland, so maybe it's Matai Dragan, rounds out the quartet of drivers that we'll have in that FC85 junior class. So, David, there you go. This is essentially just getting this program underway, right? The America's Trophy, first time. As we know, the Karting Solutions Group is making moves to grow more routes and build more programs. They've got the tickets for the grand finals. So, again, it's cool to see this program get underway at Tucson. You talked about the fact the second race will be at MCC, the Motorsports Country Club of Cincinnati, later in the year. So, yeah, good to see things getting rolling. And, of course, you'll be trackside to start the coverage.
Yeah, we'll be trackside Thursday afternoon, possibly, depending on how travel goes. Keep hearing a lot of people having travel issues with the storms that have been happening around the country. So hopefully everything will go smoothly on that. And again, we'll be trackside right away Friday morning, covering practice all day long. We'll get some news and notes in our Paddock Insider, get that published on the day, a couple videos here and there. Looking at the FC platform. Again, this will be the first time we actually get to see wheel-to-wheel action. We've seen it in demo rides over the last basically year and a half, I would say, because we did see it late 2024. And so, yeah, it's going to be quite a unique event. Again, inaugural event for this program, and get back to road tax racing. Again, if you haven't done it or you haven't watched it, very cool, very fun to watch. It'll be interesting to see kind of the lap times Rotax is putting down at Tucson. It's been a while since we've seen it in person, and to kind of see how quick the program is there compared to years past.
Yeah, as always, follow all of our social media platforms. David will be posting to Facebook, X, and Instagram. Hashtag will be hashtag EKN at Rotax, hashtag Rotax, hashtag RMC America's Trophy, and hashtag Tucson. Kart Chaser, of course, will be there for live coverage there, broadcast, video broadcast. But if you're not able to tune in, we'll be streaming it on ekartingnews.com/live, the actual audio itself, or ekartingnews.com/radio. Or if you've downloaded the EKN Radio Network app, we'll stream it there as well. So, yeah, full coverage coming. A couple of back-to-back weekends, David, for you in Tucson. Make sure to stay cool and stay somewhere where there's air conditioning, man. It's gonna be a warm one.
Yeah, that's the goal. Hopefully, I'll be able to get at least up into the scoring tower, where there hopefully will be working air conditioning. If not, we'll have to figure out a location. I believe they're bringing in a container for scoring, so that'll be a positive, because most of the time those do have air conditioning.
Sure enough. There you go, folks. That wraps things up. Episode 105 of our EKN OutLap, the preview podcast, starting things off for the RMC America's Trophy out in Tucson. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Rawlson Performance Group, the sponsor of today's podcast. Thanks to Mike and the crew over there. But again, it's going to be a big weekend. Back-to-back weekends, like we said, at Tucson. The America's Trophy this weekend, followed very quickly by the SuperKarts USA Pro Tour opener, the Winter Nationals, starting things off as well at Musselman Honda Circuit. I'll be joining David for that weekend. And of course, as you know, lots more coming. We've got the debrief podcast next week from this race. We'll have to do the OutLap podcast previewing the SCUSA race as well. So lots of content coming this way, audio-wise, from ekartingnews.com. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, folks. We do appreciate it. On behalf of David Cole, my name's Rob Howden. Bye for now.